So they didn't install any drip edge on this house, so you can just see straight outside through the roof sheeting there. That's awesome. They didn't install the insulation at the refrigerant line in the attic, so when summer rolls around, it's going to get real hot up here. That line's going to be very cold, and it's going to start dripping condensation down onto the insulation, and then it's going to cause a leak below. So like I was saying, they didn't install any drip edge. That looks so good. You can literally see in the attic. That little pink stuff you see right there is the attic insulation. They also didn't install any gutters on the house. And you know, in Georgia, you definitely need gutters because we get so much rain here. And this house is on a crawl space, so they're really going to need gutters. And this is why you got to install gutters on a crawl space. We've already got water entry on this wall here. You can see the discoloration, especially right here in this area. You can tell that it's wet. And then when I use my moisture meter, definitely wet. So you gotta put gutters on the house. For anyone that doesn't believe me, check this wall out. You can see how wet it looks. And we got some standing water right there, so you know that there's been water coming in the crawl space already. And because of our moisture issue, we've already got some mold growing down here in the crawl space.
Brand new home, and there's already mold in the crawl space. Already. The paint isn't even fully dried, and the house is growing things it shouldn't be. This is a perfect example of why inspections matter, even on brand new homes. Gutters and drip edge are basic stuff.
Today I'm out in Mustang Ridge doing an inspection on this newly constructed home. Let's go take a look. Well, the home has gutters and the splash blocks are backwards. It should not be like that. It should be the other way around. Here at the garage door, you need to seal that up. Right here where all those holes are, that's perforated, that is called a soffit vent. And that hole right there needs to be sealed up. Also that area right there. Here at the window, these seal bricks should be sloped down. That's not much of a slope. It's pretty level, as you can see. You got that area up there that needs to be sealed up. And right there, that's quite an opening there. And right there, that's some really messy work. Same thing over on the opposite side, and that's a pretty good gap. It's about 1.5 inches, I'd say. So here at the outside windows, they use this clear sealant, which is kind of hard to tell whether it's been sealed or not. But that area right there, you can tell, has not been sealed. Right in there. And here's our dishwasher. Ooh, man, no, that is definitely loose, y'all.
The dishwasher said, "Oh man," before the inspector did. That thing is hanging on for dear life. Imagine moving into your brand new home, cooking your first meal, loading the dishwasher, and the whole thing just slides out onto the floor. Welcome home. Here's your first repair bill.
Let's see how many exposed nails we can find. Got one. And another. And some more. They didn't even try to get close with this one. Another one. Way off. So there's literally dozens, if not hundreds, of nails exposed on this thing. Get your new house inspected.
Hundreds of exposed nails on a brand new build. And somewhere, a builder is cashing a check for $400,000, feeling great about himself. Quality craftsmanship really died the moment these companies realized people would buy anything with granite countertops and a Ring doorbell.
If you think that you do not need a home inspection because maybe you're buying a more higher end or maybe a luxury type home, then you could not be more wrong. Have you ever heard of the term, the more money, the more problems? Well, just imagine more problems than that. I'm not talking about those simple defects like the drawers are not even attached to the guide track, or even the little things like poor alignment at the cabinet drawers and doors, or maybe those leaks at the master bathroom sink. And you can see at this receptacle in the bedroom, that one works, we have power. Then over here, we have no power, no power. But if I go to the receptacle over here, we do have power. So even on higher end or luxury homes, we still have electrical issues. And at the bathroom exhaust vent, does not work. And how about the countertops? Yep, those are chipped and damaged. How about crooked interior walls? Yep, that's crooked. That's a bunch of yep. And how about over here? Yep. The main electric panel, well, that is a frayed and smashed neutral wire. Paint on pretty much everything inside this panel because somebody did not protect the panel when they painted the interior side of the garage. If it is the wire that you desire, I did not forget you. Exposed lath material. All electrical mechanical systems must be installed level, which this one is not, and we're missing screw fasteners. Several broken roof tiles. And here in the attic, you can see that the builder has made on-site modifications or repairs to 3 different truss members that are damaged. So number 1, you can tell right here, has been broken, but on-site repaired. And the second one is right over here. You can tell that one has been broken, but an on-site modification or repair. And this one over here has been broken or damaged with an on-site modification or repair. So I do recommend that the builder have these repairs certified by a structural engineer, and then the customer should get copies of those certificates.
So I was kind of impressed at the beginning, but then things started happening, and they were little things, but like, I don't know, to me they were like so like, why would you let water leak in there so that you had to fix it? This has been super helpful, eye-opening, scary.
My girlfriend said, oh yeah, you should do it for sure.
Oh yeah.
So I was like, yeah, everyone should, maybe they would step up their game a little if everyone did it, but.
If more people did the inspections, I think they would start doing a better job.
3 broken roof trusses in a brand new home with no certified repair documentation. Let that sink in. These are structural members holding up your roof, and they were damaged during construction, patched up on site, and never reported. Without this inspection, the homeowner would be living under a compromised roof structure with zero idea. That's not a cosmetic issue. That's a safety hazard in a home someone just paid a premium for.
What's happening, guys? It's Will from Snag Surveys. Today we've got a bit of a problem. The removal van can't get down the road because the developers closed the road off. But let's have a look inside. First impressions last, and I'm going to say this was not a good one. The frames were absolutely filthy. The hinges were filthy. There was coffee stains on the worktop. Someone even left a banana peel in there. There's some damage to the worktop. The reveals outer square, which is causing the skirting board to be out. There's a deviation to the top of the ceiling. The ceiling was also very noticeably out around the bay window area. Now, they've left plaster and paint in the property, and they're gonna need it. There's a lot of paint and plaster defects throughout the whole property. Because everything's always lastminute.com, they haven't had a chance to put the doors back on yet. Now, call me mad, but if there's a switch at the bottom of your stairs and you're about to go up, wouldn't you imagine that was for the landing? Because there's 2 switches for the hall. Anyway, all the switches and electrical components were out of level, the radiator was out of level, and the sink was the most out of level sink I've ever seen. And if you want to wash your hands, you're going to scold them because the temperature was sky high. We've got some 10 out of 10 finishing behind the toilet areas. We've got a chip to the cistern. The dishwasher is plugged in and just sitting underneath the plinths. This one's worse though. We're looking at the hob, and the hob's not plugged in because there's no socket installed. But the electric's alive. Now that is shocking. Don't be drinking any water from your tap until you check your filters. On the plus side though, you don't have to pay for any water because they forgot to install the water meter. And no, I'm not going to name the developer. Stop asking.
A banana peel, coffee stains on the counter, and no doors on the hinges. This isn't a new home. This is a college dorm room. All that's missing is a futon and a poster on the wall. They charged this person full price for a house that looks like someone had a party in it last night and left before cleaning up.